All right, I'm gonna give y'all some credit before I get into this. Your business is not growing, and I mean like really scaling. It's most likely not because you're lazy or just untalented. You got some in your vault, you got some going, and that's extremely impressive on its own. But the main cause of your lack of scaling is probably all these invisible ceilings you're hitting that I'm about to get into in this video. I built multiple businesses and I've also watched a lot of good ones flatline. So in this video, I'm gonna give you all 5 to 6 reasons as to why your business is not growing. And trust me, it's not what you think. This video is for the people grinding in silence and still wondering why nothing's hitting or taking off. Reason number 1 is that you're selling without positioning. Just selling a product is not good enough. If the market doesn't know why you exist, they're not gonna buy anything from you. Positioning means why you, why now, and why should anybody care. For example, you're not just selling candles, right? You're selling peace for stressed out professionals or individuals. You're not just selling a service, you're their insurance against their next L, you feel me? You gotta make sure you're clear on your niche's pain point, make your value proposition stupid obvious, and make that shit louder than all your product descriptions. Say it in all your content, your emails, your bio, whatever. That's the most important. Because all relates to the point of selling value, not a product. You gotta sell the person the value. The second reason it's probably not taking off is because your offer is not built to scale. If your product or service is custom every time somebody contacts you, it's not gonna scale. You're gonna get stuck. You don't need more offers or different offers. You need a scalable container. You gotta look at your business, analyze it from top to bottom, be like, can I deliver this to 10 people at one time? Yes or no? Is this a repeatable framework? And can somebody else eventually do what I'm doing? Again, digital templates and retainer-based services are 2 great ways of making your offer more scalable. The third reason I'm gonna get into, you're probably doing everything yourself. And I get it, trust me, you probably want full control, especially at the beginning, but your need for perfection or what you think is perfection is slowing your growth. If every piece of fulfillment, marketing, client delivery, and content runs through you, you're not building a business, dog. You're just building burnout. You gotta start with delegation that doesn't affect the core CEO, right? Editing, admin, emails, just little like that. Build systems before you need them. Have the systems in place for when you finally get those sales rolling in, and hire for outcomes, not just hours. Fourth reason, you're probably not tracking what really matters to keep your business operating. Views, followers, right? These are all metrics that people glorify and look at, but they don't mean anything in terms of conversion or money in your pocket. You gotta look into your cost per lead, your repeat purchase rate, your LTV versus your CAC, the lifetime value of one customer to you versus your customer acquisition cost. You gotta start running the scoreboard and tracking all these stats. Treat it like a sport, you know what I'm saying? See what's doing good, make changes, see how it affects your LTV and CAC, optimize, repeat. The next reason is that you're probably not building a brand, you're probably just building a product. A brand is what people feel when they hear your name. A product is just what it is, a product. So some symptoms that this is going on in your business: you're invisible if you stop posting, right? Nobody knows about you once you stop ads. People buy once and ghost you, right? There's no repeat buyers, and nobody's referring to you or your brand when you're not in the room. To fix this, you gotta build a community, right? Discord, email lists, whatever. Share your story and your customer stories so people resonate with it. And make your mission louder than your sales pitch. Brands get remembered and products get price checked. And 6, and the most important reason in my opinion, I got an entire video on this on my channel, you're avoiding the boring. You know what I'm saying? You're not focusing on operations, cash flow, and following up. You're creative and passionate and you got a good thing going on, but you're avoiding all the parts of the business that's really gonna make it shoot and go crazy. You probably don't have a CRM system, right? So your leads are leaking. You can't track your leads. Like I mentioned earlier, you probably don't have a repeatable delivery system, right? Just a recipe for you to burn out shortly. And you're probably not reviewing your cash flow. So you're basically just trying to scale a time bomb. To fix this, you gotta audit your back end monthly, build standard operating procedures, even if it's just you, right? Just have them in place for the time you scale, right? It doesn't take too long to come up with especially with ChatGPT and all that. Have them in place. I follow up with everyone, right? Typically, this is my thing. The more expensive the product, the more times you probably have to follow up, you know what I'm saying? When I do my high-ticket e-commerce, I typically get sales on the 2nd or 3rd touch. You either gotta have people constantly reaching out or you can do it by yourself. So again, this video is not about your hustle, right? I'm sure if you're watching this, you got lots of hustle. It's about your structure. It's about operation. You need clarity in a business built to win without you overworking forever. The people who are scaling in 2025, they're not grinding any harder, right? They're building smarter systems, delegating faster, and tracking the right metrics. If this hit home for you, subscribe, you feel me? I'm dropping real business content for people tired of theory and ready for execution. If you need help fixing your offer, your system, or scaling the right way, book a one-on-one with me down below. Links in the description. And that's it for this one, y'all. Stay sharp.